Lakisha, what type of practices, concrete practices of playfulness could you recommend that might help nurture a sense of joy for adolescents?
Great question. Thank you. I get excited talking about things we can actually do. So I'll just give three.
Okay.
I'll try to be quick, but they're exciting. So let's just say we're dealing, because I like to use real world situations. So let's say we have a youth that's dealing with an issue of body image, right? And so of course it's kind of what society's saying about my body, what are these imperfections? And I really like the idea of getting like a huge sheet of butcher paper, right? And just kind of laying it on the ground, having this young person lay there, trace the body, right, with a marker, and then have them with another marker once they get up, they're not laying down anymore, and have them write all the imperfections that the world tells them that they have, all the things that they think are wrong, all the things that, you know, they just find issue with, and let them write it all down and actually have a conversation about what that means. So why? Is this because what you see in magazines? Is this what you see on TV, on things that might be photoshopped? And really engage that conversation instead of just saying, oh, you're beautiful, you should know. Really engaging in this conversation, and then go back and give them another marker and ask them, now, what do you think God would say? Do you think in the image of God, what does that mean about each of these? And see what that brings about in them and how that might be able to change their perspective about how they're viewing their body when they look themselves in the eyes of how God might look at them, and what kind of passion and what kind of smiles they can get when they're seeing themselves in another light, right? Is it going to bring this sense of joy? Does it bring this sense of, oh, I didn't think about that? So that's one really exciting practice. Another, bullying has kind of been a big thing that's been happening as well, you know, in most places. So it's kind of, hey, role play. So we're in this space that is safe enough for us to talk as we're playfully engaging each other, and we can engage one another and role play scenarios of bullying. Right, and so that offers up an opportunity to know what's actually happening in some places when we don't actually know what's happening, but also they can reenact scenarios. They can reenact things that happen. That way they kind of know how to come back at situations that happen. They can feel more confident. They can feel a little more excited to say, well, if this happens, I now know what to do. And so that confidence can bring about some of that joy, because they can know I don't have to just kind of take it. I don't have to feel so helpless and defenseless. I can know what to give back now, which is a really exciting example. Another example, which I currently am loving, is there's a video game called Minecraft, where you build worlds, complete worlds, kind of they look like mini Legos, but they're these virtual cubes where you can build all kinds of worlds. You can build people, and they run and jump and do these amazing things. So it's really cool. I really enjoy it. And so you can ask them, hey, create a church, or create a scene when you're excited or happy or joyful or whatever, and see what's in those scenes. See if God's there. See if parents are there, if family are there. If they're making a church, is there a pulpit? Who's behind the pulpit? Is there a space for youth? Is there a garden? Is there music? So much discussion can come out of it that they can you really see what their theology is. You really see what makes them joyful, what makes them happy, because that's what they're going to create. And then you can engage those conversations and be able to reach them where they are, and by what's making them happy, what's bringing them this joy through the playfulness that they're engaging in. So those are some of the practices I'm excited about.